I was invited to curate an exhibition from Deutsche Bank's collection and looked at the previous 10 years of acquisitions, approximately 3,300 artworks. And I noticed that there were a number of works that had been collected which were from the Global South, and particularly by artists from Africa and the African diaspora. And I noticed that the theme of memory was very prominent with many of the artists who were in the collection, particularly those from the Global South. And I think memory is so important, especially in the absence of the void that's left by history. And many of the artists in this exhibition are exploring those difficult spaces, exploring how you tell a new truth or new truths when you are just really working with the fragments, what's been left behind. We are standing next to Sami Baloji's work. This is a photograph from his memoir series, which was made between 2004 and 2006. It comprises 29 photo montages. We have 3 works on display. And Sami Baloji is an artist from Lubumbashi in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and his work is very much influenced by his upbringing in Katanga province. Katanga is a very minerally rich area of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the entire environment has been shaped by centuries of mining. What Sami Baloji is doing in these images is collapsing time. So we start to think about the colonial period and the post-colonial period and start to understand the relationships between the two, that actually the afterlife of colonialism very much still lives on with us. In places like this, where the exploitation of natural resources and human labour continues. Jo Ratcliffe is a South African photographer. She first travelled to Angola about 5 years after the war, and initially made a body of work called Terreno Occupado, which was focusing on the urban landscape around Luanda, the capital of Angola, and thinking about the aftermath of conflict, but also the aftermath of the Portuguese colonial endeavour. There are works in the show that include tiled murals, for example, from the Portuguese period, but they are in a state of disrepair. So thinking about actually how does time affect space? How does the passages of time kind of be imprinted upon the landscape? The installation downstairs, Le Role, is by Dineo Seshibo Pape, a South African artist. It is an immersive installation utilising all of our senses. Smell is important, sound is important. She has created an environment in which you enter with structures on the floor made out of uniform bricks, which are coloured with different pigments, and the incorporation of charcoal and ash. It is a work that is essentially an ephemeral monument to the resistance against colonialism in Africa. There are wooden plaques throughout the installation that commemorate battles and uprisings, moments of resistance against colonial endeavours to take over the continent. And you see that actually these histories are given the prominence that they deserve.